Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video. Okay.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
We obviously didn't communicate clearly. We're here to discuss your surrender, not mine.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
Tú eres tan romántico molestando con una vipa. Me preguntas si te quiero. Yo te digo que no estoy lista y no quiero comenzar. No hay nada que pensar. Yo te dejaré atrás. Mientras gano más y más. No estás en mi nivel y tú no eres obligación. No estás motivada y tú aburre mi corazón. Eres un idiota sin inteligencia y razón. Entonces déjame tranquila y te escriba tu canción. Tú eres tan romántico molestando con una vipa. Me preguntas si te quiero. Yo te digo que no estoy lista y no quiero comenzar. No hay nada que pensar. Yo te dejaré atrás. Mientras gano más y más. No estás en mi nivel y tú no eres obligación. No estás motivado. Corazón. Eres un idiota sin inteligencia y razón. Entonces déjame tranquila mientras escriba tu canción. Estoy aquí a disfrutar. Estoy aquí pero quiero gozar. Si quieres a mí pero vamos a bailar. Cintura a cintura, papi, tra, tra, tra. Bailando, gozando y me gusta tomar. Pero no quiero pendejos que no quieren respetar. Déjame pendejo, papi, ya no más. Déjame pendejo, papi, ya no más. Estoy aquí a disfrutar. Estoy aquí pero quiero gozar. Si quieres a mí pero vamos a bailar. Cintura a cintura, papi, tra, tra, tra. Bailando, gozando y me gusta tomar. Pero no quiero pendejos que no quieren respetar. Déjame pendejo, papi, ya no más. Déjame pendejo, papi, ya no más.
What is up, mi gente? It is your boy Luis Martinez, aka Big Chief Burrito, live with you on a Thursday?
Yeah, late night. Yeah.
Late
Thursday
night stream here. What's up, Sophia?
Oh, not much. Staying awake, Lou.
Staying awake, staying alive, staying alive.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's having a pleasant mid-January, Southern California. If you're stay dry out there.
Dude, it started raining out of nowhere today.
It started raining everywhere. I had a rush home. I had an event today, San Diego Latino Film Festival poster reveal. Awesome poster. We're gonna have the artist on the show soon to talk about it. We'll also be doing a lot of stuff for the festival coming up, and we'll have some really cool announcements. We'll be giving away passes to go see a ton of Latino films. So if you're in the San Diego, LA, Southern California area, make sure you're tuning in because we will be doing a bunch of giveaways.
A lot is going to be taking place in March.
March 9th through the 19th, and we will be streaming live from the festival at least a few times that during the month. So we'll be in there as the proverbial swimwear as part of the festival. All right, lots to talk about tonight. We decided to do a late night stream. So if you're catching this on the VOD, thanks for tuning in. If you're listening to this podcast later, we're going to talk a little bit today about a few topics, mostly girl bosses and girl power situations. We're going to talk about Alec Baldwin possibly being indicted soon. And we're also going to try to talk as many things possible. But let's just kick it off right away. Let's get in our guest this evening.
Yeah.
She's got the record for the most downloads on our podcast. She's still in the lead. Our catching our Pop Culture with Lizzie episode is our most downloaded episode of Me and the Show.
Their Swifties are strong, man.
The Swiftie power is underrated. So to talk pop culture and hang out with us for a little bit, Dizzy Miss Lizzie.
Hi everybody.
Hello,
Hi.
Lizzie.
Thanks for having me back.
Anytime. Last time I think he called you Lizzie Miss Dizzy.
It's okay.
It's Dizzy Miss Lizzie. It's apparently now a bunch of those now, right? It's weird, right?
It's a mixture.
Yeah, it used to be like when I went to tag myself in Twitter posts, I would just put like Big Chi, and right away I would come up. But now I have to go all the way to Burrito. There's like Big Chief everything now all over the place. So
Yeah, there's a lot of Dizzy Lizzies.
there's a Lizzie's, a lot of
On
Dizzy
Twitch
Lizzies.
too. Some people have messaged me like, "Did you see this? There's a new Lizzie Dizzy," or I'm like, "Oh, okay, like that's okay."
New Lizzie just dropped.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into it. Lizzie, you are a pop culture expert here. What is the biggest story that happened over the last week in pop culture? Is it Miley? Is it Shakira?
Yep. All
Which one?
these
Which
men
one?
getting dragged for being terrible partners.
Mm-hmm.
Even Swiftie had a video where she's talking shit about old boy, the actor, right?
Jake, John Mayer, which one?
Yeah, no, all of them.
All of
Right, Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
What? Recently?
Yeah, wasn't one of her?
Oh,
didn't she
shit.
have a whole thing about a scarf or something? Right?
Oh yeah, that it's a metaphor. She told everybody like, because people keep saying like, Taylor, where's the scarf? And she's like, okay, like it's a metaphor, everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
Metaphor.
there's no scarf. Like, stop talking. Because they even asked there's a lyric in the song that she says, I left my scarf at your sister's house. So everybody's telling Maggie, you have Taylor's scarf, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Give her scarf back.
Yes,
Why
exactly.
are they dragging poor Maggie Gyllenhaal into this?
Yes,
she's an excellent
also.
actress.
Oh my gosh.
So she just came out and said it's a metaphor, everybody. There's no scarf. It's not, nobody has my scarf.
What is this metaphor? Scarf at your sister's house. Now I want to figure it out.
Oh, there's a lot of theories, Sophia, about what, if you listen to All Too Well, especially the new 10-minute version, which is very personal. It's literally it could be like a diary entry. That's pretty much how the song started. She was just writing, and it wasn't even a single at first. The fans just loved that song when Red came out, and she made a 10-minute version for her re-recordings. And this if you go into like the whole Swiftie, that if you dive in, there's so many theories about people just decoding her lyrics left and right. So it's a whole thing.
What's
It's like a QAnon thing, or what's going on here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Very cool.
Swiftanon.
Yes, could be. It's very so I think sometimes for me as a fan, I think that a lot of her songs and lyrics are just songs that they don't mean, not everything's a fact, right? She's writing, some stuff is real, some stuff is not, some stuff is to make the song work. But a lot of fans are like on TikTok, like, this lyric is for this guy, and this means this, and it means that, and this is the event that she's talking about, and it's like, whoa, maybe not. I don't know.
That's wild. I feel like they read a little too much into every detail. Yeah.
I think so too. It became a whole Swiftie thing to decode every line she says.
That's got to be so cool being Taylor Swift, though, because you can write anything and they'll decode it no matter what. And you could just be like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, they're having fun. And as she said it before, that if you want to, if you want to be part of it, she does put like Easter eggs and a bunch of codes in a lot of her music videos and songs. So I think the fans just kind of take it sometimes like a little too extreme or literal, but I think it's all fun. Yeah.
Scarf sounds like you're being choked out. I don't know. I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry, I've said it. Is that not what it meant? What does it mean?
Well,
I'm going
there's
crazy.
a lyric in the song that says you kept my scarf from the very first week. It smells like innocence, and you can never get rid of it. You keep it in your drawer or something like that. Like she keeps it in her drawer.
Is that like her V card?
He has it in Big Chief. You got it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yep.
Keep it in your
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because apparently when they were dating that autumn of I forgot the year.
The autumn? How do you even know this?
Oh, because she says in her song that autumn leaves are falling. And there's when they started dating, when Jake and Taylor started dating that November, there was a lot of images of them. You can see them, Maggie, Jake, and all of them walking together down the street. Upstate, I forgot, upstate New York, I think is where Maggie has her house, and that's where they spent like a vacation there. So,
oh my god,
we all know this. It's just
we all know this. Yeah,
this is 50 info 101.
Is the thing that like he love bombed her so much, but she was so much younger, and that she wasn't really like.
And she says that in her song too, that he broke up with her because he told her she's too young, for him. Like at the end of the day, I guess she's just too young. And he was like 30. He was like 32, and she was like 20.
Oh my god. Damn, that means he's like 40 something now. That's wild.
Yeah, and he is still dating a young 20-something-year-old because in that song she says, I've never been good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lovers stay my age. So, and it's true because I think his latest girlfriend is in her early 20s or mid 20s.
That's wild.
He's already like 40, right?
Leo DiCaprio syndrome.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah. I think they're all part of the same group, right?
Yes.
What's up,
Claudia?
Robles. Hey.
Listen, there's rules for a reason, okay?
I can talk about Taylor Swift all day. So
no, absolutely, no, that's fine. No, I just listen. I don't want to defend creepy guys here. I don't, it's not my role on the show. But a lot of these seem to be girls that are young, right? They're in their early 20s. They have some. They have these men's dating babies, Karina. All right.
Exactly.
Karina. All right. Well, maybe I won't say my point then because I'm looking at it. No, I'm just saying these women are moderately. They're successful, right? So do you feel that being 20, 22, but being uber successful puts you in a position where the men you would normally date in your age group don't seem as exciting as an established A-list actor, a musician, or something like that? Is that possible?
I think that's any early 20-year-old. I think a lot of men their age are like, oh gosh, no. They want the more mature. And I think it's a stage in a lot of women's lives. I think it goes both ways. When I was 17, and a lot of them make that mistake,
When I was 17, 18, 19, I was dating 26, 27-year-old women. Like, it was more interesting to me to be with somebody older.
I think a lot of people go through that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then the backlash is, that 6-7 years later, she's going to write a shitty song about it.
Like Demi Lovato did it too about Wilmer. She was, the song is called 29.
Mm-hmm.
And she was 17 and he was 29. And that's what, if you look up her song 29, she says, I was 17, 29. And she literally drags Wilmer Valderrama about it.
Damn. And I thought they had a good thing going.
No, she was 17. She says in the song, I'm 17, 29. And the whole song is about the relationship and how she now realizes that now that she's 29, she could never even imagine dating a 17-year-old. And how could he do that?
Yeah.
But if you want to segue, what do you think about all these women, right, writing about their famous exes? Even I mean, it's like seems to be like a theme that a lot of women are doing now, especially artists. Like now that I mentioned Demi Lovato too, that she last year came out with that song. And
it's not just, and it's just so young because Shakira's in her 40s, right? She's in
it's not even about being young. It's about just dragging them publicly, and everybody knows what they're talking about.
Where do you
Miley
stand in
Cyrus.
public dragging of ex-partners?
Yes.
Listen, I think if you're a celebrity, dude, and you get to be with like the hot young starlet when she's like
Mhm.
19 to 20 in the 19 to 25-year range, then you should know that there's going to be in 2022, 23, there's going to be backlash.
Yeah.
Because even though
Mhm.
most people culturally, especially from our culture, would not really think there was anything wrong with that, there is this perception that you should not be okay with that. And TikTok and Twitter will drag you for any age difference in a relationship these
Oh, yeah.
days. You can say I'm
Yeah.
dating somebody, like I'm only supposed to date like
There's a
what,
formula.
four-
What's the
yeah,
formula?
half your age plus 7 years
There
That's
you
what
go.
it
You
is.
got it.
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
ultimate.
There you
Trust
go.
me,
We talked
I've,
about
it.
I've been knowing the formula.
I'm over here doing the
So-
math.
Yeah, I'm like-
Uh-huh.
half your age for men, it's half your age per 7 years. So for me, I'm 45. That would be what, 22. So I can't really date anybody that's supposedly younger than 29.
29.
I can deal with that.
Yeah. Well, the thing
not
about
bad.
Shakira is that she's dragging Piqué because I think Clara Chia is 20 or 22 or something. What does she say? in that
Okay.
song?
Can you explain to me, Shakira?
Yeah.
Porque all I've heard was that they broke up and that she has since came out with 2 songs. Was it? One was like
one song.
implicit, one was explicit. No.
Una
Maybe.
loba como
Monotonía,
yo.
Monotonía was more like implicit, was it?
I guess so, but the
And
new
then
one is the best
new one is
track,
like clearly dragging him, right?
clearly. It's like a
Yeah.
DJ and
She's just going
she's
off.
literally saying like I saw a funny meme about it that was like, oh, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, oh, this
Mhm.
guy blank, you don't know who, maybe you do. This guy broke my heart. But Shakira is like, Piqué, hijo de tu pinche madre, cuéntame una
No
clara. You know, and
mames,
she's literally
really?
calling out their names in the song
Whoa.
in code, but their names are there. So
Mhm.
Shakira didn't care.
And
She didn't care.
allegedly, the way she found out about it was Piqué did not like strawberry jam. He did not eat any strawberry jam. The only person
It's
that
part
ate
of his
strawberry
diet.
jam,
Oh, yeah.
the only person that ate strawberry jam was Shakira. And she knew exactly how much strawberry jam there was. And she came back from a trip promoting her music, and there was significantly less strawberry jam in the fridge. And she knew
Smart.
Piqué wasn't eating it. So somebody, and
Yep.
apparently this chick really loves, I guess, I don't know, the new girl. But
She ate her jam too.
Okay, so is the consensus that he cheated? What happened?
Yes.
Oh,
So I can look at it. I don't know how her name's Clara
like a
Chia.
woman scorned
She's
Robles.
in her song she says I am more valgo por dos de 22. So she's 22. I think she's in her
Yeah.
early 20s. So Shakira literally, well, she's in her 40s, right? Early 40s. I
Yeah,
don't know how old Piqué is. He might be in his mid 30s, but
yeah, I think he was
yeah,
younger when they got
and
together.
so she's very young. So
Jeez.
and yes, either she got replaced very
Mm-hmm.
quickly or he was cheating on her with
you could have replaced the jam, Piqué.
everybody.
know.
And it's like I want to feel bad for her because the internet is just destroying this poor girl, right? This woman. I guess I saw an article that they live in Spain, right? And apparently she can't even walk out in the street because people harass her. They sing the song to her. They yell out lyrics at her. They tell her she's ugly compared to Shakira, that she's a downgrade. So she's just in hiding right now. And that her friends reported. I mean, this is all alleged. I don't know
Yeah.
it's all rumors, but that her life is all because she fell in love with the man. Oh, but
That's
I
wild.
don't want to feel bad for her.
I hope he's at least paying her bills at the moment if she has to be in hiding. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
All
She's
right.
getting the clout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, I guess all publicity is good publicity, but still, like when you're in the tough of it, like
Well, my husband
I
was
don't
telling
know.
me because he follows European soccer a lot that Piqué is not that
That-
he wasn't like famous. Like
Mhm.
he's no because he's Shakira's
He was a-
husband and
He
he
was
won
a
a World
tough
Cup.
player on an important team, but I think there
He's
were so many
retired
more stars on that team.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Messi,
But he's
Luis
just
Suarez. all
exactly.
those
He's
people
not a
on that.
Messi Ronaldo that everybody knows. He's super famous,
Mhm.
but now he is.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw his podcast or he was on a podcast and he was laughing when they showed him the song and he was laughing about it. He showed up. I think there's a lyric that Shakira says that you traded in a Rolex for a Casio. So he showed up with a Casio, saying I'm being sponsored now by them, and laughing about it.
Oh.
Then he showed up. He showed
Oh.
up at his Kings League trading facility in so she said you traded a Ferrari for I forgot, a Twingo. What's the name of the car? And
Oh,
he
like
showed
the
up.
Europe.
Yeah, he showed up in that little car in the parking lot, and everybody's like
What?
taking pictures of him. So he's kind of like either he's saying, "Yeah, I did. I love this woman. Sorry," or he's laughing about it. It just
He's like milking it.
suck it in the fame. Yes, just enjoying it, I guess.
All right, this is annoying for many reasons, but the main one is there's kids involved. Stop making fools out of yourselves. Your parents, God,
Yep.
it gives me Kim and Kanye vibes, mainly Kanye. But it's just like when you're a parent, just like chill. Just I don't know. It enters a level of pettiness. Like all these people, like Taylor Swift, and Demi, people that are not parents. I get it because you can just do that and do it for the clout and it only affects you. But I'm like, when there's kids involved and you have to co-parent with the person,
they'll grow up and one day hear that song, it's like, oh, that's for my dad,
not a good look. And then just
I agree.
being a child of divorce, it's not easy. So I'm like, maybe don't put that in the public eye. I don't know.
It's true.
Not classy.
Absolutely. Well, guys, this is Ladies' Night. Live on the Gente show. We got the whole crew here. Health Have No Fury. Karina says that's like poetry. Strawberry jam. Strawberry jam. Good Lord. Styro says let's make,
and it's all ladies in the chat too. Yeah. Lou, how do you feel?
I don't know. Hey, listen. Don't threaten me with a good time, as they say. All the ladies are here. I feel like I saw some of you a minute ago. I was just with Mello and Karina at the
we actually skipped we skipped personal news. Do you want to tell us how that went? How was the San Diego Latino Film Festival poster reveal?
Oh, it was an incredible poster. Really, it's not like any of the other posters recently. It was a local artist. You can actually see the whole reveal on my Instagram story. I put it up. I was there. I'm really excited to see it on billboards and on the programs and stuff like that. It's Melos. It's also art. It's a lot of cool. It's really cool. It's basically like an old school, just like it feels very local in terms of the artistry of it. If you've seen the last festivals, I'm sure that we'll be able to talk about it. It was a cool little event. Poster reveal. Got to say hi to the whole team. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to us being a part of it this year, streaming live. And like I said, we're going to have a lot of tickets to give away to our guests. So, Lizzie will give you and your husband a couple of tickets so you guys can go for coming on as well. Yeah. We'll give away a pair right there. So if there's any movies, maybe a comedy showcase, do you guys want to come down for? As I still have a ton of movies to watch. So that's gonna, and I got to rewatch all the movies and stuff like that. So we're still seeing how the sausage is made from a filmmaker standpoint. Going behind the scenes of a festival has really broadened my horizon a lot. I'm really happy for it. So it was cool to hang out with everybody. So yeah, it was good. But I made it home in time to streams.
Late stream, baby.
The Latino Fest starts March 9th through the 19th. March 9th through the 19th. There, Karina. March 9th to the 19th. Mission Valley again. And they haven't made an official announcement, and we haven't had the poster, and we're not on the program yet. But Mi Gente Show will be an official sponsor of the San Diego Latino Film Festival 30th anniversary. Yeah. We will be providing live coverage, and we will be interviewing artists, filmmakers live from the green room area. So that's a big step for the podcast there, Miss Sophia.
Going live and in person.
Live and in person from the festival a couple of times, at least, maybe the 2 weekends that the festival's going.
Oh,
we'll get it. We'll get in there. All right. So Shakira comes out with the diss tracks. We talked a little Swiftie. She came out with the diss tracks. Miley Cyrus
on Liam's birthday.
On his birthday.
Wait, that was meant for Liam? I just thought it was a.
Well, I mean, she hasn't confirmed anything, but she released it on her birthday, so that's weird.
Okay. Tell us about that one, Lizzie. What's the breakdown on that one?
Well, there's a lot of rumors going on right now on TikTok and Twitter, but apparently, there's rumor. I don't think this is true, but apparently that the Bruno Mars song, when I was your man, or I guess they danced it on their wedding or something, which is a weird wedding song, but people have done weird wedding music and stuff. Yeah. I don't know.
What was your song, Lizzie?
I did not. I got eloped.
Oh,
Oh,
We
all
went to
right.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I
What
didn't
is
have a
this
wedding.
dancing the romantic
Courthouse,
song?
Vegas.
there you go. Gamble the night away.
Nice. Nice.
But there's rumors that the golden dress she's wearing refers to Jennifer Lawrence because apparently he cheated during the Hunger Games filming with her. And the dress really, I've seen the comparison, really looks very similar, but I don't know. I mean, it could just be a coincidence. These are just
Yeah.
people speculating, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, she went through it rough. I think I saw the New Year's Eve what's it called, the event she did on the countdown,
Mhm.
and she sang Wrecking Ball, which was a song that she doesn't like singing. She didn't sing it for a while, and she sang it. So I remember like, going like, "Good for you, girl. Good for you. Like I'm glad
Yeah.
you're overcoming that." So she's there's been showing a lot of videos again of them in the red carpet, just showing how awkward, she has this there's this video where they're in the red carpet and she's goofing around and he just kind of looks at her like, "Can you just be serious?" And you can kind of read his lips. But I mean,
Mhm.
everybody's gonna put a caption, right? And
Of
like,
course.
oh, they turned off the lights. I started glowing. Um, but another video I think of her, like she started like try to twerk on him on the red carpet, and he's kind of like, "Hey, stop, calm down,"
Mm.
And people are so this is like all coming back, right? Like everybody's like talking about this. Oh, do you remember this happened? And people are wondering, like, were they even a match? Were they even a good match before? I don't know.
Mm.
Who
I
knows
don't know
why
much
people
about the
get together?
relationship. I don't follow Miley Cyrus too much, but it was a tough breakup because they did break up and then they came back together and then they got married like very quick.
Didn't they go through like some forest fires or something too? Like their house burned down or something too? Like wasn't there was a
Maybe.
thing like that? I have it for some reason. I think they had like a thing where they were living together and their house burned down through like one of the California
Oh,
fires.
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Look,
Oh.
I'm not the biggest Miley Cyrus fan. I think she's sort of a culture vulture. she had her whole twerk phase where she had all the black dancers and everything, and she
The
was
Robin
like
Thicke
going.
moment on the
Oh
red
yeah.
She
Jeez.
went full on into like the movement, into the culture, and then like when she was ready, she just like dropped it. And she's like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Appropriating the culture. I'm gonna go back to country and go back to my white fans."
Mhm.
And then also Metallica for some reason let her do a cover of "Nothing Else Matters," which was horrid. Which was just horrid. There's a Miley Cyrus Metallica song that they did I think on the Howard Stern show like a year and a half ago that is just so horribly bad.
Mhm.
So I never really was a big fan, but listen, man, if we're in if we're in the overcorrection zone, right? If we're like a little bit, I don't think we're post Me Too movement. I think we're probably at the tail end of it, I guess, in terms of like the initial results of it. So
Mhm.
man, shit, more power to the ladies getting out there. I mean, talking shit, being petty, putting it on wax, putting it out there. Like they're putting it on wax. They're putting it out there. Like, yes, you motherfucker. I'm talking about you.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
And they know that the fans know who they're talking about,
Yeah,
but they don't
absolutely.
say it. They're not saying anything. But
Yeah.
even Shakira, I guess, like she doesn't really say who she's talking about. She could even if she couldn't get sued because she said she put their names in like code, right? Like she
Right.
said salpique, pique,
Oh.
claramente,
Salpique.
So she didn't really
Una,
one of the
una
lyrics is
loba como yo, motherfucker.
Oh.
yo solo hago música, disculpa que te salpique, and she goes salpique. Like, oh snap! Like,
Oh
I play music.
Jesus.
I'm sorry if it splashes on you.
I don't know how I feel. I don't know. I'm a big proponent of just like not being petty. So I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know
I
about
love
all
the
these
pettiness.
diss
Oh,
tracks.
I love it.
I love watching it. No, I'm lying. It makes me cringe. I don't like it. But yeah, I'm a fan of Miley Cyrus. I go back and forth though, but like she's my age, so since she started with Disney, it was, I've ridden the wave with her, and definitely when she was culture vulturing, stopped being a fan.
talked about
But
it a little bit.
recently I love her. I think that I love her voice, how raspy it's gotten. I've seen her in many podcasts, and so her story I kind of find compelling. That's part of Built a House and Watch It Burn. That's I guess I googled it. It's a lyric in Flowers by Miley Cyrus, so it's in there. So further proof that she might be speaking of Liam.
Metaphorically and literally. Cool.
But I will say that if this is a dig at Liam, then I'm a little disappointed, Miley. Cause I don't know, I watched it and I didn't even think it was a dig at anybody. I was just like, oh, I felt so empowered. It felt like she was writing to the single women who are just living their life and working out and being healthy and active and just like, it's okay, you know. It felt nice. And I was like, we don't get that. So that's nice. So now that you're telling me that this might be a petty dig at a man, I'm disappointed, Miley. Come on. That's annoying. But, you know, it's fine. I still love you. Dolly Parton's your madrina. It's fine.
It's a bop. It's a bop.
It's a bop. It's really good. Yeah.
Miley fans in the chat, tell me how you think. How you feeling? Do you think which one of these three is the most brutal shade throwing? Shakira, Miley, or Swift?
I vote Shakira just because she's a mother and they were married and they have children, and because it's the way that she's doing it, right? I think that Taylor at this point is boring because she's done it. It's she's built a career that now no one sees it as petty. They just see it as Taylor behavior. And Miley, I didn't even know up until a few seconds ago that was a dig. So I'm kind of just disappointed. I'm living in my reaction right now. I'm like, my feminist bop turned into a petty male
What you, Lizzie? What do you
dig.
think?
What do you think, Lizzie?
Do you think Shakira as well?
Everyone's voting.
Cyrus says Shakira.
I'm team Shakira.
Yeah.
You know what? Look,
I think it's unanimous.
so many girls get their hearts broken all over the world every day, right? At least these women get to drag these men. Not everybody gets a chance to do that, and good for them. That's what I think. And I'm a happily married woman, and so I can't even cry about it. I can't even relate. But I think it's,
but if some shit went down, you'd be writing a song.
If you're gonna date a famous singer, don't act like a jerk. That's what Taylor Swift said one time. She's like, if they asked her if she ever regrets talking about her exes, she goes, well, if you know how I am, don't act like a jerk, and I'm not gonna write a song about you. Like, I'll write a nice song about you.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Has she ever been like, you were so sweet?
Yes, to Taylor Lautner, she wrote a song apologizing because she was mean to him and she broke his heart. And that's one of the only songs that she's written that says, I'm sorry. I regret it, and you were such a nice guy. Pretty much.
Question: do you think that relationships where the two people have the same name are bound to fail?
Taylor Lautner married a Taylor, so.
Oh, for real?
He's not married to another Taylor. She's not famous, but.
Wow, he has a thing for Taylors. Is that narcissistic a little bit?
That's true. I just realized that. He was with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, what would you say if I only dated Sophia's?
That would be
weird. Bit weird.
Hey, but if it's meant to be, I mean.
Did you ever date a Sophia?
I have a thing about not dating a person with my same name, but I have come to terms that if it's meant to be, one of us can get a nickname. It's fine. Could be Soph and Sophie, Fifi, and I don't fucking know. I don't know. We'll make it work, you guys.
Make them change their names. What are you gonna do?
No, I'll take the L. It's fine. We'll just figure it out. But I am not gonna call another girl the same name as me. That's weird. I don't know. Like Rose and Rosie, there's this lesbian couple on YouTube. They made it work. They're both Roses, but one is Rose and one's Rosie.
There was a lesbian couple that found out they were sisters too.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me that.
That was a weird one.
That'd be fucking weird.
That is.
They were like, everybody tells us we look alike. We should do 23andMe, and then I was we might be brother and sister, by the way.
On this episode of Siblings Are
sister
Dating.
and sister.
Yes. There's an Instagram called Siblings Are Dating, and I highly recommend y'all follow it. It's so entertaining. They ask you, is it siblings or are they dating? And then you swipe right and you get to see siblings and you're like, fuck, I thought they were dating. or vice versa.
What's up, Mr. CCDV? Thanks for stopping by. It's a ladies' night tonight. We're talking about girl bosses stepping up and making diss tracks like it's the 90s and it's Pac and Biggie. So it's apparently.
I think sorry, my son is like, what's going on there?
What are you
I think
doing?
a lot of those singers have always written songs about their personal life. I think just because right now the internet and anybody can figure out who you're talking about, maybe. Or
Hmm.
I feel like that's always been a thing singers do, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
Look
even
at
like
the
Drums crazy.
information
Alanis
age.
Morissette, right? And
Yeah.
the song "You're So Vain," right? It's about like Mick Jagger allegedly or something like that. So
Oh, yeah.
um,
Pain is art. You
always
draw
been
from
done.
your own
It's
lived
always been
experience.
done. A lot of women have always. I think we can draw a list like "You're So Vain," "You Ought to Know," right? Even Dolly Parton, "I Will Always Love You" was written for somebody. So
Jolene.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
everything,
Jolene had a
everything.
fat ass.
You can go
Is a,
back,
is a,
Yeah.
is,
and
is a
men have
rumor,
done
right?
it too.
Nirvana. Yeah. So yeah.
Nirvana, what Nirvana song was about a woman? About a
Oh.
girl? Or what are you
Well,
talking about?
no, I don't know, Mr. CCDV. I'm reading the comments.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
comment.
Yeah.
You can see the comments, right, Lizzie?
Let me see.
Can you?
Okay,
If you
so
just go where it says private chat, go
Yeah,
comments.
I can see them now.
you
Yeah.
can see the comments. Okay. So okay, so the one thing that I did want to bring up about Miss Taylor is her dancing. Because I saw
Oh.
some of the people were
No.
talking
There's
about
a
like
pink
some of
perfume
her
that looked
some
kinda
of her dance
familiar.
moves,
So
and
there's a
people on Twitter
commercial
were
for
like,
this
"Why are you guys
perfume line
obsessed
called
with this
Kenzo.
chick with
See that on the right, all
when
right?
she
That's
dances
directed by
so
Spike
mid,
Jones.
like she's not
They both
like
make similar crazy
Beyonce or
faces.
Shakira
They
or
both
J
do some
Lo,
hunched
and
over
it's like she's
dancing.
so
They both do
awkward and
some
she's like
creeping on some
bent
guys
over
in
at the waist a
suits.
lot. Is
The
she
big
doing this
difference,
on
though, is that
purpose,
character in the
or is
Kenzo
she just a
commercial
bad
is
dancer
not.
and we're
It
just
just
kind of
came out
trying
last
to
night. She is yet to comment
avoid,
on that commercial. Is
saying the quiet
not
part out loud
invisible.
about her?
Now, Taylor's video
Yeah.
just came out
Lizzie.
last night.
The
She is
video,
yet to comment on
I'm
this
pretty sure she's just
supposed
kind of letting loose and not caring about what.
It's like a freestyle dance.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
exactly.
telling
She's
me?
like, I'm gonna dance how I want. It's a song about
Like 10
meeting
billion people
somebody
aren't watching.
new, and yeah, like I've been judged my whole career, so you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy myself. But it was very silly. I thought it was kind of a little cringe. Not gonna lie, I was like,
Yeah.
just
What about that controversy that she copied the perfume commercial?
I mean, it looks just.
It looks just like it.
identical.
That's hard to defend.
It's identical. It's crazy. Yeah.
All right. So that's been Shakira talk and Miley Cyrus and Swifty talk. And did we miss anything? Any other points in that part? No?
No, that's the two songs that came out this weekend. So
Let's see. Good to see you all. Cyrus says she couldn't date a Claudio.
Yeah. Hey, I know a really nice Claudio. I do.
A nice Claudio. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could date a Luisa. That'd be tough.
Ooh, would you? Luis and Luisa. Oh my God, they exist
No,
and they're usually hot. I'm
they-
just saying.
Yeah, there's been some cute Luisas. I'm not gonna
Cute
say no,
Luisas.
but it would. Yeah. CCDB says, "Do you guys watch White Christmas every year like I do? Think the song choreography? I don't have. It's not one of my Christmas standards.
No.
No, not really. All right, so
Better not date a Claudio. Yes, John.
Claudio,
Comment section is wild, you guys.
Claudio sliding into those IG DMs. What's up, girl? You got a booktube? I've been watching your booktube, girl. This is Claudio.
I love it.
She's
Thanks,
she's in
John.
love with the John.
Mhm.
Hey, thanks for
Joe
stopping by.
Climb. It took me way too long to realize what Joe Climb meant, but yeah.
All right. In other news that were dropping the last couple of days, Alec Baldwin, the Santa Fe District Attorney, decided to charge Alec Baldwin as well as I believe is the armorer who oversaw all weapons used in productions with involuntary manslaughter in the fatal shooting of cinematographer Halna Hutchins on the set of the Western movie Rust. Baldwin, who is maintaining he was not aware the gun he fired contained a live round, called the New Mexico prosecutor decision a terrible miscarriage. Blah blah blah. Obviously, he's going to say that he did. He disappeared for a little while, then he went into damage control, and then they were going to start the movie back up again. And John's going to find himself a Juana.
I was cracking up.
But how do you feel? Do you feel this is justified? Let's start with Sophia. How do you feel about the news of this? As an actress.
What did he get exactly?
Well, he
Gonna
got
get?
handed a gun. He's practiced pointing at
No,
the
yeah, I
camera, and
remember the
he
case, but
shot. Right?
what
He's being charged with involuntary manslaughter.
No, I disagree. I hard disagree because
Do you
there's
think it
so
should have
many
been worse,
people. No, I
or do you
don't
think it should have
know.
been less?
There's so many people that should have checked the gun before it gets into the actor's hand.
Right. The other side of that is that he was the producer on the set, and they were cutting corners, and they didn't have union people on that job. So the armorer and the person that would have been doing that didn't exist on that set. There was people leaving that set because they thought it was unprofessional. There was a lack of safety. Live rounds were mixed in with dummy rounds. And nobody was checking those, or at least they weren't checking them consistently, is what the quote is here. So because he was also the producer, the lead actor, and the person responsible for the atmosphere, does that change it for you?
Yeah, 100%. That is totally justified. Yes.
Okay.
That changes it fully because now there's no one else to blame. I'm sorry, but yeah, no, it's deserved.
And here's the definition is accident doesn't mean that it's not criminal. So it could have been an accidental thing if you pulled the trigger.
But he murdered someone at the end of the day.
Yeah. And basically the main thing that the investigation revealed was that the gun would not have fired if he had not pulled the trigger. So him saying I just pointed the gun and it fired off is not feasible. He had to have pulled the trigger. And he was doing a shot where he was, that was one of the shots for the Western, and the bullet goes through, kills the DP and severely injures the director as well.
Yeah, correct. And Mr. CCTV, you made a good point. Live rounds should just have never been on the set. Why were they even there, right?
They were doing they were out in the desert. They were doing target practice after shooting.
Yeah, but still, that's so unrelated to the film.
We have so much technology now. We don't need
that. Yeah. So
look, I've had guns on set. We had a guy that had a real gun on set once, and the only reason he said was like we needed a more realistic gun. He's like, look, I got a gun in my car. I'll bring it out. He opened it up in front of us. We checked everything, made sure that it was 100% empty, had it in plain view of everybody. And I still felt nervous about having a real gun on set. This was back in the day during Blacklisted.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've only used fake guns. And you can do so many things now that you can make a fake gun look real in post production. You can do bullet traces. You don't need the sound. It's scary.
This was completely negligent. It's just, and I feel like now with the information, I feel like it's fully deserved. What do you think, Lizzie?
I think more details are gonna come out in court, right? Once they go to court, and we'll hear like each side. But I think the last interview Alec Baldwin did, he kind of threw the armor under the bus, right? I think I remember hearing that.
Yeah, he basically
that was pretty messed up. I don't know.
He definitely said that he didn't pull the trigger and that it was their fault. But if it's not just that you're the actor that handled the gun, that pointed it at the DP, it's that you are the producer of the film.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was budgets, if you were cutting corner, if you get non-union people, if you didn't have a full-on armor, if you had an armor that was brand new, and if you had a team and a crew that had live rounds, then unfortunately you're both to blame for the one that did the accident, and you might be liable for being the producer.
Yeah.
So how do you say prison time? His wife might be asking soon. How do you say Pepino and
Allegra?
Yeah, what's her name? I forgot her name.
Allegra, I think. Allegra. I remember because of the allergy medicine.
Is that what her name is? Yeah, she's the Spaniard from Boston.
She said she was Latino. That's why.
Which
a minority or something like that. I don't know.
look. She found a famous rich Baldwin, and she popped out like 8 babies.
They
and
do
she's
have
like,
so many kids.
As you
like,
do.
and she literally like she just has a ton of Baldwins. She's
And
like,
now
"Oh,
he's
you want-"
going to jail, and so she gonna be single. Hey.
Do you think he'll really serve though? Sometimes like the rich and famous just
Mm,
get away with a
yeah,
house
our
arrest or
justice
something.
system is very flawed, so
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
chance that he won't.
But you know, I think because I looked up involuntary manslaughter, and usually people get that when they're driving intoxicated and they kill
Mhm.
somebody. That's usually the charge. It's an accident, but you could have prevented it because you were
Mhm.
negligent.
Yeah, that's usually what, like between 2 and 5 years, I would say. It's not like manslaughter might be 10, 15 years.
Mhm.
Involuntary slaughter, I think, is probably less than 5 years. He'll have a great lawyer.
Yep.
And they might plea it down, but I think it'll be our next made-for-TV court case. So
I can't believe the movie's still going on. Like, I don't know. How do you feel, guys? How do you guys feel about that? That they're still gonna continue this movie after what happened?
Seems insensitive, in my
Right?
opinion.
That's
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it feels kind of like the NFL, the trying to keep the game going after the guy almost died on the field.
Yes,
Exactly.
exact vibes. Yep.
Felt like a little bit of that, and
Mhm.
and that's fine. So yeah, so my prediction. Okay? Let me get your prediction. So do you jail time? I think he'll get a huge slap on the wrist. He'll do a restitution, which I think he already did to the family, and he'll get like probation, and he'll get a lot of shit for not getting any jail time. What do you think, Lizzie?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
You know,
I'd be
so no
very
jail-
shocked if they give him jail, like if he actually has to go to jail.
Anybody
Yeah.
else think? Chat. Let me know if anybody else thinks they're
If
going to
he
do
does, it'll be like a month or two just to say that he was able to, that he did
Exactly.
it. Yeah, just so he
Early
doesn't get as much
release, blah
backlash.
blah
Yeah,
blah. Yeah,
good
yeah.
behavior. Yeah, whatever.
time served or something like
Mhm.
something
Yep.
or other. All right, I know Lizzie's probably going to check out of here in a second, but I
Yeah,
did.
you can see my son sees already. Like, it's
He's like, I'm
bedtime.
not.
But he's getting a little.
It's all right.
hyper.
I did want to just do one other thing with you before you
Oh
left.
no, I'm still good. He's just happy.
Oh, you still
that-
good? Okay, all right.
He's
Cool.
just happy that he doesn't have to go to bedtime. That's why he keeps checking on, like to see if like I'm gonna get
Yeah.
up.
Mama still. All right. So Miss USA wins Miss Universe.
Yeah.
What?
But a lot of people saying that she wasn't the best. Venezuela, Dominican Republic, a bunch of other countries are trying to. So did you see it, Sophia? Did you
I
think-
just saw the TikTok that was like, wait until you see Miss France. And then she was like, France. France!
They all yelled out their country's name in the
Venezuela. Yeah, Peru.
I think,
France.
Okay, so this is
love
Miss,
her.
this is Miss USA here.
Mhm.
She's all right.
Who?
This
That one?
girl here on the right, USA.
Okay. Gorgeous.
She's pretty, but
Her-
I mean,
did you see her costume though for the country? It was so embarrassing.
What was it? MAGA.
Fine, I hope you find
that-
it. No,
that-
but
that-
it was
that would.
over the top, I guess I would say.
Yeah. Okay. These are the girls here. Okay. This is Albania. Okay. Hello,
Ah,
Albania. Yeah. Angola,
Ah.
Argentina. Oh, well, her cheeks are.
Oh no.
No, Big Chief, put the costumes. Put their country's
Wait,
costumes.
I don't
Those
like
are
who I'm
fun.
turning into. I don't like that I'm judging women based on their looks. I don't like
No,
this.
no.
Make it stop.
Use the photos for the costumes for their countries. Those are funner
Okay,
because we're not
give me-
judging
give me
like
a
their
second.
bikinis, but we're like watching
Oh,
the
you're not.
costumes. Those are fun. Oh, you gotta find them.
All right. Give me a second here. Hey, listen. I'm
Okay,
good
let me see
at
if I
these.
can
The
send you a
costumes.
link. Yeah, the
Is that what I should? Is that what I should do?
costumes. Yeah,
Sophia?
the country's
Yes.
costumes.
Is that?
Those
Do you
are
think
fun.
that's what I should? Is that
Some
what
of
I
them
should
are,
look for?
oh, this
Sophia?
is nice Mexico, beautiful cultural dress, and then USA with her. Yay!
Okay,
those-
yeah. Miss
What was it?
Guatemala. This is Miss Guatemala. Damn.
Yeah.
She's going
What
for
the
it.
fuck? That's a human?
Yeah, that's a
That
costume.
is like with like a stair. Yeah, she's got like the whole temple and the whole thing happening. Damn.
Oh, that's like a sun. Ooh.
Paraguay. Okay, where? Okay,
Yeah,
she's got a lion on her back.
I kind of don't like Paraguay, but all right.
Bahamas. Okay.
Hmm.
What is this? Can you
A
let me see if you can
Bitcoin.
pick the
Bitcoin.
What's it?
Bitcoin? What's
Yeah.
this? Salvador. Okay,
Salvador.
Cameroon. That's pretty nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I like it. Okay.
yes.
Laos.
Yeah.
Okay, I can feel
Love
it.
it. All right.
That's USA.
¿Qué es esto?
told
No.
Oh
The
my god.
moon? We have no culture, truly.
Thanks for
went to the
stopping by,
moon.
CCDDV.
Our culture
no
is
culture.
literally like
We went to the moon.
hamburgers and hot dogs.
She might as well have come up with like a military uniform or something.
Yeah. Oh no.
Thanks for stopping by, Mr. CCDV.
That's great.
Go do
Thanks
your
for.
stream. Yeah. I need some links to some of your videos so we can check it out on
Some
stream.
people were like, she won after
Bye, Mr.
that, you know,
CCTV.
like
what is this? Who's turning head into body? This is scary.
Oh my god, her head is that's interesting.
Her head is in her belly button.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, good
That's
times.
not great. Okay.
Oh, simple. France?
Simple.
What is that? Germany.
Germany.
Ukraine. Oh, Ukraine was beautiful.
Yeah, Ukraine was a battle. That's the battle, and that's the battle angel. Okay,
honestly, she should have won. Just based off of what's going on.
You know, Russia was there too. It's awkward.
Oh fuck! Well, see, that's why.
Great Britain. I like this.
Yeah.
Long live the Queen. Okay.
Lizzie's in a
Colombia.
box.
There we go.
Not you, Lizzie. The other Lizzie.
Sorry.
The moon looks like a giant head. Yeah, she had like a rotating head around her head. Colombia, Japón. All right. Panama.
Okay, this is like way more exciting. I love.
I told
these
you the costumes are better than watching the bikinis.
That is
okay.
So
I
cool.
can see what they're going for, but I didn't. I'm not gonna say she was ugly, but I've seen like 2 or 3 girls that looked a little bit more impressive than the USA.
I think they base it on they say they base it on what they answered, on the questions, on the costume, there's a lot of categories, right? But even then, I think most people said that they didn't even expect USA to make it top 3, so everybody was shocked.
I'm surprised we're still doing pageants in 2023.
Look, you can make a lot of money just betting on Venezuela to win every year. You know,
they have the most, right? They have the most wins. I think I saw a chart.
I'm sorry. I know you guys aren't doing the bikini, but I want to see what Miss Venezuela looks like without talk amongst yourselves.
Claudia says Ukraine was my favorite costume. Yeah, I liked it.
Beautiful.
I liked it a lot. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was very beautiful. I think Russia was like in this red dress. I forgot what it represents. I think it was just mostly like the flag kind of colors.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, the USA costume was a little over the top. And again, what is her culture? My mom, I didn't watch it, but out of nowhere, I got a text that night, that Sunday night, I think, and she was like, "Ganó tu país," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, and I was like, "Oh," I was like, question mark? And she's like, "The Miss Universo," and I was like, "Oh, okay. Why did you say it so mean?" Like,
yeah, bro. Also, like,
that was my country.
The fact that we not only lack culture in the US, but like also this country is the only country in existence that doesn't have a name. I was watching a YouTube channel and we talk about like languages. It's the United States of America. America is not the country. It is the freaking continent. United States is something that every country, the United States of Canada, United States of Mexico, we don't have a fucking name. The United States of America. We are not America. We do not encompass America. We're the United States of whatever this area is, but we don't have a name.
We took America, but my dad used to get pissed at people because he'd be like, "This is American." I'm like,
American.
"No, motherfucker,
like, no,
I'm American. I'm South American. What do you fucking want to talk about?"
Yeah. So I was like, dude, we really don't have a name. Like, what is our name?
All right, there's Miss Venezuela and Miss USA.
We have to put USA because we can't. It makes no
USA?
sense.
Yeah.
We can't say America. We can't say United States. We have to say USA.
Miss USA is giving like lizard people vibes to me. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. It's after 10 o'clock. I can be misogynistic. I'm sorry.
You're right. Yeah,
those are the rules of the
podcast.
podcast.
Those are the rules.
I love the colors.
Yeah, no, she's very classic beauty. Venezuela looks very like traditional, and USA just has a very weird head shape.
Yeah, they have a trash economy and their country's going to shit. But yeah, they're pretty.
They're pretty as hell.
I'm just saying that a pageant is stupid. Okay, why are we focusing on this? Go fix your country. Okay.
Yeah.
Same with
everybody's
USA.
Country. Everybody go back to your country.
Everybody go back and fix it. And then we could talk about being pretty later. Jesus.
Sophia, it's a pop culture episode.
I'm sorry. I just
supposed to be relevant.
Listen, I also used to watch. I'm sorry, but I also used to watch Victoria's Secret pageant.
The show.
And, and then that crashed and burned. Okay, and now they're like struggling to stay alive. I'm just saying that in 2023, pageantry is not it. Okay.
It still happens though.
It happens too.
Occasionally, but you don't see the Victoria's Secret fashion show, like it plummeted. It doesn't.
Oh yeah.
It used to be like a thing.
like celebrities to sing, right? They started bringing
Yeah,
like
it used to be
singers
huge. I
Yeah.
was watching a video essay, like 2-hour video essay about how that whole company like went like at peaked and it was like making millions and millions and then it just plummeted. And it's kind of fascinating to watch actually.
The the whole. I mean the the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue used to be a big thing back in the day as
That's true.
well.
Yeah.
Playboy's dead.
Playboy's dead. Porn
Yeah.
magazines are dead. Come on, the internet killed a lot of things. Disruptors.
Yeah.
Pornhub was the great disruptor. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to talk about is le football. Talking about breakups and messy breakups that might have cost the NFL season. Tom Brady and Gisele's divorce was all over for the whole season. He was looking gaunt. And then all of a sudden, mid-season, in preseason, he took like 2 weeks off. They're like, is he trying to salvage his marriage? Then middle of the full football season. Well, he retires last year. That lasts for about 2 days.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and he's like, and then she does all these interviews where she's like, well, I thought it was time for him to be the man of the house because I want to go back to my career. Basically similar to the Shakira line, because she basically said, when I fell in love with him and he was still playing soccer in Barcelona, I moved to Barcelona and became a mother, raised our kids, raised our family while he played soccer, and I had to put my career on hold. Giselle, one of the most popular models, she's a huge superstar in South America and Brazil. She makes more money than him still. She's like, well, I thought you were done with the foosball.
And promised.
Then he comes back for one more year.
Oof, divorce.
Yep.
Divorce, and then he loses to the Cowboys last week, so we don't know whether he's going to come back or not. Liz, do you think that two things? Do you think that Brady's coming back, and do you think that Giselle will drop a diss track?
That would be amazing. I want to hear all the deets.
Yes.
Look,
you went back to play football when you didn't have to.
You got to join Shakira now, and they got
Lore.
Yep.
She comes out. If she comes out with her at the Super Bowl, that'd be great.
Tom Brady can't go out like this. Imagine his last game. No way. I think maybe I've heard rumors about the Raiders. Maybe he'll want to come back to like California, but I don't know if they need quarterbacks.
The rumors are he gets to decide if he wants to play with Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill, which would be the Raiders or the Dolphins.
Except,
he's already in Florida.
But
the whole thing was that the previous coach of the Dolphins got told by the owner of the Dolphins to try to tamper with Tom Brady when he was a free agent, and that's why the Dolphins lost the draft pick, and that's why they got fined a bunch of money, and the owner got suspended. So now that that's out of the way, he could go to Las Vegas, play with Devontae Adams. He could stay in Miami. So and you're right. That if I won 7 Super Bowls, I wouldn't want to go out like that.
No way.
But he chose that. He could have quit while he was ahead.
Yeah, terrible season. I mean, he did it kind of like right after the divorce. I remember he won like 3 games straight after that. And everybody was like, "See, divorce Brady, the goal is back." But then he just,
single Brady,
lost
single
the
Brady.
Cowboys in the playoffs. So
and football related, I was 6-0 week 1 of the NFL playoffs. I went on my friend's podcast at 323, and we picked all the games, and I 6-0 last week. So when I drop that podcast, I think tomorrow it'll drop. But you guys ignore it at your own peril, or you can make some money.
Good for you. Absolutely.
Honestly, I surprised myself. I picked all the games.
So you predicted that the Bucks were going to lose?
Yeah, I picked everybody. I picked every game correctly last week. I even said it on the podcast. I was like, there's one thing that I know is that Charger fans are going to be disappointed in their team because it's going to choke. And I 100% predicted that the Chargers were going to lose.
The first half, I remember still I'm not comfortable still. They haven't scored in the third quarter. I'm like, oh no, this is bad. I was already I'm preparing myself. This is not going to be good. And sure enough.
So in Vegas, apparently, when the Chargers were up 27-0, because you can bet sports during the week. So when the Chargers were up 27-0, somebody bet 1.4 million that they would win the game. Since they were already up 27-0, he had to bet 1.4 million to win $11,000.
That's so dumb.
What the fuck?
He deserve whoever he or she they deserve it for
He lost.
Jesus.
Basically, the way odds work in anything is that, you know, the more favored a team is, the more you have to put up to win very little, right?
Mhm.
So in this case, it was basically a 99%.
He should have bet for the Jaguars, and he would have been quadrupled his money probably.
Hey, Johnny Potatoes, thanks for stopping by. No rooting. Yeah, like I said on my pod, on the other pod, I'm a Jets fan, so that gives me clarity because I don't have a dog in the fight. So for me, it was very clear. Then I went 6-0 on every. I nailed every pick. I might go 0-4 this week. Who knows? But I would still be 6-4. So yeah, he had to bet 1.4 million, and he was. If you're in that mindset, you're like, this is free money. There's no way the Chargers are going to win. They lose. They're up by 27 points. I got to put up this 1.4 million, and I'm going to make these free $11,000.
Yes, because he has the money.
But if you have that money, oh my God, that's got to hurt.
No, it's got to hurt. That's a lot.
That's no matter who you are. 1.4 is putting.
Can't even imagine.
Goddamn.
That's like 4 Bentleys in a summer house. That's a lot. That's a lot of house right there.
Yep. What do you think about the kicker that missed the 4 field goal for extra points?
4 extra points.
The Cowboys. Mar, what's his name?
Mar, yeah, Brett Maher, I think. Yeah,
Brett.
he had a bad day.
Very. Oh gosh, I think after the third one, I was like screaming and howling, and then after the fourth one, I was like, I don't know I can't laugh anymore.
Yeah, it was. I mean, at that point, wouldn't you just go for 2 every time? Like,
isn't that what Dak said? They caught him on mic saying,
"Yes, let's go for 2."
2. Like he was mad.
Yeah, trust me. Like, if there was somebody better out there that was sitting on the couch, they would bring in a new kicker. But they have to. I was
following on Twitter, and Des Bryant tweeted, "I'm about to come back and just kick for them."
I actually picked the Cowboys to win against the 49ers. Do you have any favorites for this week?
No, I'm gonna refer the 49ers.
You're gonna stay in
and
California.
The Bengals, and I don't want the Chiefs
in Buffalo
to win. So I mean, they're probably gonna win. But if Jacksonville wins, I'll be super happy. I'm just a hater.
Just a hater. Are you a Chargers fan, or do you not care?
No, I was retired Chargers.
As soon as they moved, you stopped.
Yeah, I think I've seen if they change owners, I'll probably come back to being a fan. It's
that makes more sense to me than just.
But it's right now. It's just full of rage. Just angry.
You know, that makes more sense to me than just being mad that they moved to LA, because the owner was always fucking horrible, and he's so cheap.
Family hates him here.
He's so cheap, and they don't spend enough money, and they're basically a charity case in LA. They were supposed to sell like all the private seat licenses. They couldn't do shit. They're basically just like.
No, yeah, it's the owner.
The Rams paid for like 90% of that stadium.
Exactly. Yeah, I despise him, and if he sells the team ever, I'll gladly go buy myself a jersey and join back. But I watch the games. Herbert is very likable. He's very charismatic. So you watch the games and I'm rooting for them, but at the same time I'm not. I'm not.
You're not.
You're not.
But I like Herbert. I think he has a bright future ahead of him, and it's just the players are likable that it sucks. But I play a lot of fantasy football, so each year I base it on players that I've liked a lot. So right now, I really like the Bengals, I like the 49ers, I like the Bills. So those are the ones I'm rooting for this weekend.
Nice, absolutely.
I just base it on that every year. It's I used to like the Eagles a lot. I don't know. I don't know if they had an easy season. So I don't know if they deserve it.
Jalen Hurts. If you had Jalen Hurts on your team, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was.
He'll be back, right? They said that he was training.
He's definitely good. All right, what's the worst water?
Dasani.
Damn, no hesitation.
Arrowhead.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't even consider Arrowhead?
Dasani. Here, check this out.
Arrowhead is the worst. Come on.
Yeah, Arrowhead.
Javon and Drew's.
Oh my god.
Of course it was Dasani.
Yeah. That's the water at Disneyland, and I hate getting water there because that's what they're, Coca-Cola.
Oh, is that all they have at Disneyland? Oh,
yes.
my God.
So that's why I hate it more. But because I don't even
Arrowhead is
Arrowhead.
worse.
But if I have to drink it, it's always the
What's
Sonic
wrong
because
with
it's
Arrowhead?
Coca-Cola.
It's
So it's
bad.
forced on you.
You think Arrowhead is bad?
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't like it. It has a taste.
It does.
Yeah. Mm.
Johnny says Al Expandos made all his money on braceros. What is that?
I don't know. Is that sports?
Braceros.
I don't know what that means.
Brazzers?
I am lost.
Porn?
Explain further.
He's saying
All
porn?
right.
don't know.
So catching up on another story from this last that we talked about, George Santos
Ooh.
was a drag queen named Kitara in Brazil over a decade ago.
Oh my
So
god.
this was the picture that came out.
That's not
And-
him. Is that him? Oh, it is him.
You're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, right? That's him, right?
Yeah.
George
Maybe.
Anthony Santos, honey, you slayed back in the day.
What happened to you?
So it wasn't. There's a difference between a drag queen and a
Yeah.
dry queen, right?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think
a thing?
there's a lot of straight married men who do drag
Do
or
drag.
drag shows, and it's not really doesn't really mean anything. It's just
Well, George
Yeah, that-
Santos is gay, or so he's
And-
Okay,
and
so- okay.
he said he was gay, but he
supposedly,
was married.
but then he was married to a woman. So
okay.
it's alleged that he is straight and is playing
lot
the
of
gay
drama.
card. No, he's lied. He's just been lying his whole life, and he got
His
married.
whole CV is fake. He didn't
It's
go
fake.
to Baruch College. He
Let's
said
be
he
honest, yeah.
said he went to Baruch College and he was on the volleyball team
Whoa.
and
And
he,
he
was
owns
never on the team
properties,
and that
doesn't own
he busted
anything.
up both of his knees in like a championship game.
He's a total grifter, just
he's
like
a
a
crazy.
sleazeball.
100% grifter.
Mhm.
Apparently he was like he had a friend and he like pawned her cell phone off, like, and
That
he's
seems
probably
like a
he's wanted in
drama
Brazil.
in the making.
Oh, it should be,
Yeah.
honestly.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, so
how did he make it
That's a
into
crazy
Congress?
story.
It's wild.
All right, and what else do we have here? Wrapping up our pop culture segment here.
Hmm.
We'll let Ms. Lizzie put her kid to bed. And okay, have you guys watched Velma at all?
No.
Okay, we'll check back in because that show is getting dragged.
I have heard a lot about it though, but I have not
Damn.
watched
Yeah,
it.
it's on HBO Max. Mindy Kaling from The Office basically reimagined Scooby-Doo, but instead of focusing on fun stories about
Mystery solving.
mystery solving, it's the backstory of Velma. She changed some ethnicities, which obviously I have no problem with. And she basically said Velma is a gay icon, and she kind of did a whole thing. But then there was this whole part where Fred, right, the white guy, who was like kind of Shaggy, kind of Scooby, who wasn't really like a toxic guy. He wore an ascot, for crying out loud. He wasn't like the picture of like. And they made him like this just douchey white dude with a tiny dick, and I don't know. It just feels weird. I watched the first 2 episodes and it was really bad.
Oh yeah.
Really? Like very cringe.
Yeah.
I mean, he always was a douchebag, but
Yeah, and then they made
It's just
Shaggy.
preppy, right? Like he's supposed to be
Yeah, he
preppy.
got preppy. He had redeeming qualities. He was a douchebag, but he
And there's no dog.
No, there's no Scooby.
no.
That's why
no-
that's
there's
why
no
I haven't
Scooby.
watched it.
There's no Scooby and Scooby-Doo.
Is this before Scooby?
No, there's no
Scooby.
Scooby.
He's just not there. Why would you erase? This is terrible. Why would you erase?
And
the best part of the
Shaggy's
show?
not even Shaggy, and he doesn't do drugs. So
We're all teaming up. Yeah, we can all agree on this.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
right
think-
wingers, Scooby-Doo fans, boomers, cartoon fans. Velma is fucking dog shit, but without the damn dog.
Aw.
That's sad that this is what united us. Oh no.
Yeah, I think also one of the biggest problems with the show is that like with a lot of shows they keep making all these shows about in high school settings, right, with teenagers,
Right,
with very like sexual and appropriate
dude.
scenes. And I know that some high school can be like that, but why can't they just make it in college and then stop having teenagers like
Yeah, the weird sexual.
I don't know. It's just it's weird to me. I
That's
think
the weird part about Euphoria.
Exactly.
Because it's like so over sexualized, and I'm like, these chicks are supposed to be like 16, 17.
Yeah.
and
They're
you're
all
having
in their
full-on
30s
graphic
and shit. in real life.
Exactly, but
Yeah,
still,
the
like,
Latina
you're
chick on
watching
it is like 29, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Literally the first scene of Velma is a bunch of high school girls in a locker room in a shower arguing with each other and talking about like a bunch of random ass shit, and it's like exactly what you just said, Lizzie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard say that it's just uncomfortable because it's like it's still high school.
Okay, now I have to hate watch
Why
it.
couldn't they just have said it in college and then it's
I definitely hate watched it.
It's just too mature. I think that they keep doing this to high school age. Even if it's fictional, but still like.
Oh my God, Fred has a soul patch.
Yeah.
This is great.
All right, we're gonna do a palate cleanser, and Lizzie, can you stick around for Naname's Way? We'll do that, and then we can let you go. Is that okay?
I'm good.
Cool. All right,
Yep.
all right, cool.
They changed Shaggy's name.
They changed Shaggy's name.
Oh, what is his name?
This was
All
happening.
right, so this is from a couple of weeks
As I was
ago,
attempting
but I
to
wanted
read
to
that
kind of
promo.
watch it. This is a guy in the costume.
Sucker for
He's,
love.
Not Franklin. No.
proposing to his girlfriend.
She wasn't even ready for it.
No.
And then,
Wow.
Why do you think the internet dragged this?
Because he's really ugly and he's hot as hell.
Damn, you cold.
I thought it was
I'm sorry.
Getting in on the moment.
public, proposals. I thought were like, are they making fun of him?
Yeah. All I'm thinking is, damn, dude, good for you. Kudos.
Yeah.
But this is this guy's like, dear comment section. I know she's out of my league. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, sweetie, I love him. Yes, he knows. A self-aware man. There you go.
Which brings me to this phenomenon about listen, man, I don't know why TikTok and the internet is so hell-bent on picking apart people that are happy, either because of a minor age discrepancy, either because somebody's fat, somebody's skinny, either way, girl or guy. And it's like, man, just let people be happy. People love each other and find each other for a variety of reasons.
Oh, truly.
We went from like a society where we're like trying to be accepting of everything, and in our effort to be accepting of everything, we're now saying that the only thing that's acceptable is when two people that are exactly the same age range. One of them can't be the boss. One of them there can't be no power dynamic, and they have to be within a certain age range and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. It's just so weird to me that people obsess so much about that.
Yeah.
Sophia,
We live
what
in
do
a
you think?
vain society. I mean, I remember there's this TikTok page of a Black overweight woman. She's gorgeous, but she is overweight, and her husband is this like really buff dude, like super fit, and the comment sections were just trashing their relationship. It's like, oh man, how could he ever go for her and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. If I'm going to put my psychology hat on, it's just like we all grew up in a society that told us that there's a specific type of person, and yes, if one is better, people who are overweight are worth less than people who are fit and healthy. White people are, worth more than colored people. The patriarchy, men are worth more than women and stuff like that. So there are hierarchies that are imprinted in our society. And sadly, it affects all of us. The people that want to grow out of that and do all of that, undo all of that programming, I think become you, Lou, who is like more accepting and do this thinking of like, why do we care? Why can't we just accept that they're happy? But it does take some time of actually deprogramming, because at the end of the day, we all grew up in the society that programs us to be judgmental about discrepancies like that. When at the end of the day, what matters the most is, are these people happy together? Cool. We shouldn't care past that, right? Especially when it comes to looks. So doesn't matter your weight, doesn't matter if you are, ugly or pretty by societal standards. I think as long as you're happy and you're a good person, good for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Johnny says weightism is real. Yeah, it's one of the last things that you can really, it was one of the last remaining things that you could just
Fat phobia is a thing, man.
It is.
Deep seated. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean,
colorism. I mean, it's a lot of like just structures that get embedded into our brains, and sometimes most of the time it's subconscious. So
yeah,
there was that one thing. Go ahead, Liz.
No, it's just so mean. Like the video we just saw is the dude. I didn't even think about it until like I thought they were just gonna drag because I've heard like, oh, public proposal
Right.
shouldn't be a thing because you're putting a woman under pressure, right, or something like that.
Mhm.
But when I saw the guy, I was like, oh, I guess. But it's not even about, oh, what if he really is nice though? No, or what if he's her type? What if she thinks he's like the most
It makes
beautiful
her
man in the world?
laugh.
We don't.
Yeah.
Maybe not for me, maybe not for you, but she sees him, and that could. It doesn't have to be. Oh, maybe he's just nice. Like
Sophia said he was ugly right away.
Because immediately you catch it. Like, not gonna
No,
lie.
I saw the difference.
Listen, I'm never gonna be the type of person that's like, I don't see color.
Yeah.
Oh, did I freeze a little bit?
Yeah.
Did I freeze
we
a
came
little?
back. We came back.
Okay, I came
We
back.
came back and
Oh,
you
yeah,
switched
no.
places.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm. Hello, am I in the bottom for everyone?
Yeah, you're there.
Cool. No, but yeah, but there's a self-awareness as well. Like she is clearly out of his league, and he owns it, and
Hey,
fine,
yeah,
fine.
he's like,
I'm never gonna be the person to be like, I don't see color, because then it just doesn't help if you don't at least are able to acknowledge that there are these discrepancies and then move on.
Right. And the last couple of things here that I had, since we're kind of wrapping this up as we go anyway. Gas stoves. I mean, we could probably talk about
Yeah,
that
they're
more
canceled.
later on. Gas stoves are canceled. So obviously everybody was like, you'll have to pry it from my cold dead hands. I turned on my gas stove today and let them burn for no reason, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Bro,
and then he was like, this will probably work itself out. If you're gonna just leave your stove on all day, then we're not.
Oh my god,
natural
yes.
selection.
That's not
It'll
this
probably-
natural selection.
This is Darwinism at its finest. So listen, I love a gas stove. I have a gas stove.
Hey,
But the thing
Latinos
is,
are gonna be angry about this one. I know for sure. My mom's not gonna be happy.
100%. But
San Diego already had something on the books because this is something that people have been researching more and more. San Diego already is going to ban all gas stoves by 2025. That's anything that's not a restaurant, anything in an apartment, in a house will have to be converted by 2025. So this is not something that just happened out of the blue because we decided to pick sides on this. This is just something very, it is. It's just more research. The more you know, you can't be afraid of knowledge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. And then lastly, this is a fun one. Romanian authorities seized several of luxury cars from Andrew Tate. So the whole post started with him saying, I have 27 muscle cars, and now he has less because Romanian authorities have seized most of them. So, and he's now in jail for 30 days. We're still waiting to see what's going to happen if he's going to get out at the end of the 30 days. But so far, Greta is still winning this battle with Andrew. Want to give a shout out.
Gas stove and came out in the Andrew Tate story.
Also, last thing I want to say is I want to give a shout out to the Magnolia Project. My sister, Laura Jean, is part of an organization that has free food and shopping by appointment in IB. They're a food kitchen. They get food donated from Costco and other institutions, and they have it there. They used to do this, a delivery service, but now there's actually a Magnolia Project. It's a pantry. You set up an appointment. I'll make sure I put the link in the description. You go there. If you have any sort of food shortages, if you know anybody in the South Bay that needs to be able to get produce and protein, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 12 to 4. All you got to do is set up an appointment, and you can just let them know this is what I want, and they'll have it ready for you. So, everybody needs a little help once in a while. So shout out to Laura, our sister, for doing that. One last piece of news here. Liam Neeson is going to be in the Naked Gun reboot.
Oh my gosh. I think my dad used to watch the movie.
The Naked Gun, like the Naked Gun 22 and a half with Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. And this is one of the first reboots that I saw, and I was like, Liam Neeson as Leslie Nielsen, like, okay, I can see it, even because their names sort of rhyme.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson, Leslie Nielsen, Naked Gun reboot update. So hopefully we'll be able to see a Naked Gun reboot with Liam Neeson shortly.
Well,
that's gonna be cool.
That is definitely gonna be cool. Gas stove debate we did. Lizzie, one last question for you. Would you drink milk if, let's say, we run out of milk, or would you feed your son milk if it was made from
that we
bugs.
make from black soldier fly larvae.
So
we take
there's
the
the
insects
black.
and we process
So
it into a dairy
everybody knows how
alternative.
much cows
It
have the
forms
impact
a
on
rich and creamy
methane.
liquid which
So you
looks
can
and
make
acts
milk
just
with
like dairy.
bugs.
The intermilk is
basically
very
take
rich
this
in
black
protein,
ball. And it's very,
Now that I watched this,
calcium,
no.
iron, and zinc,
it's
which
very
is really
rich in,
good for you.
it's
You
very
didn't
rich in
have to
protein.
show
It's got a
us.
very creamy mouthfeel.
It's got a creamy mouthfeel.
The world needs alternatives to
and
survive.
and it's sustainable.
Insects are vital for
the
future
milk of
food
the
because
future
they
is
require very little land.
bugs.
They don't damage
Would
the
you eat a
environment
tres
like
leches
livestock.
cake if one of the leches
They don't
was
produce greenhouse gases.
Absolutely.
And they meet the demand
So this
for
lady's
ice
job
cream.
is to go is to take
The
her
world
bug
is
ice
going to
cream and
struggle
give it
to
to
produce
people,
enough
and then
food
she's
for the
like,
growing
"Oh, you can taste
population.
it."
And I find
And then she's like,
insects a very viable
"That's made
option.
with bug
Can you
milk."
believe it's made from insects?
They
Hi,
start
I'm
throwing
Nina
up.
Joseph. I live in Cape
Those
Town,
faces
She
and
puts
I
it
make
back.
dairy alternatives.
Did
from
they
insects.
consent? Yeah.
No.
This
No.
reminds
This-
this reminds me of the when the World Cup was in Korea,
Mm-hmm.
and there's an organization that wanted to destigmatize dog eating. So they had these kiosks shut up all around the World Cups, and there was like free soup and free sandwiches, and you would sit there and you would eat it, and then they would be like,
No.
and they would be like,
That's so
oh,
cruel.
and they'd be like, do you know that's made from dog? And people would be like, blah, 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 blah.
They're too cute. You can't do that with dogs. Jesus.
Yeah. So the two main, in case you have some right wingers, some MAGA people, the two things that they're going to be freaking out about is that this is definitely a QAnon thing, that they want us to eat bugs, and also that they want to take their stoves away from them.
Yeah. I will say this culture is extremely bug negative because I love bugs. A lot of places in Mexico have bugs as part of their culture and part of their, culinary experience. My sister and my cuñado just got back from Oaxaca, and they brought us like bug salsa, a bunch of crickets, like dried crickets, just like to eat, and like so delicious, so good. I would love to try this bug milk. Yes.
You would love to try the bug milk.
Yeah, I try all kinds of milk. I went from like I've tried all the milks. At this point, I'm stuck on oat milk. I love oat milk, but I do dilute it because it's a little too thick for me. So I dilute it. So I feel like this bug milk sounds like it'll be thick. So I would dilute it, but it sounds tasty. I love bugs.
I haven't had milk in so long.
They taste great. I don't know what to tell you.
Less
They're good
filling?
in salsa. They're good dried with some chile and whatever. It's just so good.
There's a restaurant here that serves them as well on H, right? In Broadway.
Really? I want to go. I swear. I'm like,
There's a candy store in Temecula I just went to last weekend. They had cricket lollipops. Like, you know how the scorpions lollipops? Well, those cricket are one of them. And ants too. It was like an ant candy, like caramel.
But are they like chewy? Because what I can't
I didn't try it, but
I
saw
like it to be crunchy. The consistency.
No, they were like
has
in
to
the
be
candy,
correct.
like a lollipop, like caramelized inside.
Oh, they're probably chewy. Because you know what I can't do is like when they're dried bugs or like dried shrimp or whatever, but it's too chewy or too thick. I can't do that.
I had dry shrimp, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it when it's too chewy. It has to be crunchy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I.
But I'm down. I'm down for the milk.
I don't drink milk. I drink coconut milk mainly.
Oh, coconut milk's great.
I love coconut milk. I've gone through cashew, through the almond, through all.
Yeah,
but so far,
same.
coconut's been my favorite.
Have you tried oat? Oat's really good.
I haven't tried it yet, but I've been stuck on the
good.
coconut. I think eventually I'll probably
You'll get there.
rotate.
Coconut milk is good. I love it. Yeah,
try
it depends on my mood. I'll drink all the milk. It's fine.
Yeah.
I was a straight whole milk guy, and now I've switched to the heavy whipping cream in my chocolate. So that's in my coffee. So that's my only lactose right now.
Would you? What are your
Although
thoughts?
if I had a
What's your
cold
thoughts?
glass of milk with my concha here, I would love it. Though.
But what about bug milk? What are your thoughts?
Oh man,
Would you try it at least?
I've always said that once they get the technology right on fake meat, that I would be all in.
Mm-hmm.
I have wanted to do like a taste test of like the plant burger versus a regular burger because I'm interested, but because like I said, I love animals, but I know I'm a hypocrite, and I do love to eat them. So I think I could more easily give up beef than I could pork. And I don't drink a lot of milk now. So if you never told me and they were like, listen, the cows are fucking up the ozone, and we need to have less milk producing cows, and you never told me about it, and I had a milkshake and it was bug milk, I would be down.
Yeah, I'm always down to try new stuff. But yeah, honestly, it's bugs.
Listen, maybe not your kids, but kids, somebody down the line, right?
There's going to be a water war.
It's like what the Arabs say, which is basically that, I drive a Mercedes, my son will drive a Mercedes, his son will drive a Mercedes, and their son will drive a camel again. Like all this shit's going to end at some point. The food, the oil, the everything. So, don't worry about it. Yeah. It's not that big. It's not that busy. The only other thing that we didn't talk about, I think we're just going to save that for next week because it would take us a while, is the Brandon stuff, the Republicans and Democrats switching sides on the topic again, which I love to see. This time it's classified documents. Republicans went from, it's no big deal to have classified documents. What's the big deal about it? He had them. He declassified them in his mind. There's no big deal. He's allowed to have that. And then as soon as Biden had them in his garage, they're like, oh my God, why haven't they raided his house? And I love it. I love the hypocrisy. I love when we have to analyze and admit that we're hypocrites. Republicans and Democrats switching sides again on an issue. Love to see it. We'll cover that more in a little bit. We're trying to keep it light. All right. So finally, it's time for No Names Way.
Now it's time for
No Names Way.
No Names Way. No Names.
Minutes, okay?
All right, we got 4 quick questions here. We'll wrap it up. First question comes with, what is too much? He says, I mistakenly had the body count conversation with my girlfriend.
No!
I was all set to propose for her birthday, but I got a little scared. Is there a number that would be too high for you to change your mind about somebody who you truly love? We've been together for 2 years, so I know that the last time she was with somebody else was a long time ago, but she did have a nice streak in her late teens to early 20s.
Yeah. Well, that's so crazy. Oh, yeah.
Good for her. Is there a number, before you married your husband, Liz, would there be a number that would have made you pause? If you
love him at this point. You're in love with him. He's the man of your dreams, and he tells you a number.
Right before the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Right before the wedding, you're like, do you have any doubts? We're about to elope. And
is there anything?
Do you want to know anything? You're like, how many women have you been? He's like 27.
Is there a number that you were like, no?
I mean, especially because we were 20, so I would have been like, what?
Ooh,
that's a lot. So
okay, that's good. Context matters here. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So he was 21, I was 20. I mean, a big number
at that time.
I definitely, it would make me pause, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like a deal breaker, because if you're already with this person, right, and they're the way they are with you and you're happy, does the past matter?
That's true.
Maybe get an STD test or something if you want to feel, if that's what you're worried about, right? I don't know.
You've already been with her for 2 years.
Exactly. So okay, so then
you know the tubery. You obviously enjoy it, or else you wouldn't be like,
Exactly. So I don't know. I don't think so.
Your mind wouldn't go any insecure place or anything like that where you'd be like, I can't deal with this.
No, that's the past.
Aww, you're healthy. Look at you.
That's the past. I mean, if it's how it is now, I guess it wouldn't matter. I mean, if it's like a lie, like if he said, "Oh, just 2 or 3," and then it's like 50, you're like, "Okay, why did you lie to me?"
Why did you lie?
That's a different. That's a whole different, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole different argument. But no, I think that if you're with somebody and you're honest, and if you're just starting, if that's a problem, well, I guess that's to each their own, right? If that's something that's a deal breaker to you, you can't. That's their, that's their deal breaker, and you gotta respect that. But no, not for me. I don't know.
I love that.
I mean,
so
there's gross numbers, but
you're so mature. Oh
past.
my God, Lizzie! Wow.
Look at you. All right, Lizzie, we're gonna let you go. I hear you. I hear your family calling you from out there. I want to thank Lizzie. Make sure you guys follow her, Dizzy Miss Lizzie, on Twitch and Twitter,
Lizzie,
for her hot takes, NFL advice, and for hanging out with us. Thank you very much, Lizzie.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. It's so much fun hanging out with you guys.
Siempre. We love you so much.
Do it again soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right,
man, body count. What about you? What's your number? Not your number, but like that would make you pause.
Wait a minute.
Not yours. Not yours. Yeah, we won't divulge.
We've only been podcasting together for a year. What's going on here?
Buy me too.
I've had 4 other podcast hosts, Sophia.
Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna need some time to think.
Let's see some time to. This is like 22-year-old Lou, 25-year-old Lou, 27-year-old Lou would ask a stupid question like that he didn't want to know the answer to and make himself all mad about it. 32-plus-year-old Lou doesn't even want to ask the question because you don't ask questions that like a lawyer. Don't ask a question you don't know the answer to or you don't want to know the answer to. You're better off not knowing. You're better.
See, that also shows a lot of maturity on your part because you know what it's going to cause in you, and that you're better off not knowing. So
it's nothing. Listen, man. Sex is a mental thing. So if you're gonna put yourself in that situation where you're thinking about somebody's past, and it's going to take you out of your game. It's just going to affect you there. Then you're going to be like, what happened? Blah, 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 this and that. It's going to manifest itself in a bad way. And if you've been with her for 2 years and you've already examined the goods, it's not like you were like, I mean, obviously, if you're going to marry her, you weren't throwing a hot down a hallway, So and that's a myth anyway. You know what I mean? Like, the woman is a beautiful thing. The resiliency. The all of it is awesome. So just look, my thing is like, like if somebody was like, hey man, I was the girl that you're with, I was with her like 6 years ago. I'm like, good for you, man.
But
okay. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want?
But now hypothetically, let's jump a little further. We know that you don't ask. That's you now. Let's say hypothetically you find out, whatever. What is a number that is too high for you?
I think it's like you said, context is important. So let's go by baseline of the people that I should be allowed to date. So let's say I meet a girl and she's 28, 29, right?
29 to 32. Yeah, something like that.
So I'm at 32. And she tells me 50 plus?
Yeah, because that's a lot more seasoned than 20. Lizzie's 20.
Yeah. I would say 50 plus would give me pause. Because that's like, what's that like? Since she was 17, that's like what, 4 to 6 dicks a year for 12 years.
Maybe she had one wild night.
She had one wild night. Hey, she could be a cop in Buffalo or whatever that cop is. That was throwing it back for the whole department. What was that anyway? Yeah, like I said,
you just don't want to know. You're just like, I can't handle it.
I wouldn't want to know. Look, there's certain porn stars that I would be like, I would date them. I would unironically, like, they're just so good. They're just so hot. And or some of them actually, they're pretty good actors. That I would be like, you know what? I would walk a red carpet with that porn star. I would not give a fuck that you told me she had 80 different dicks in her. Like, it wouldn't really matter to me in certain situations. That's like the whole, I would never date an OnlyFans. Well, is an OnlyFans chick trying to date you? Like that sort of thing. Like, it's a good problem to have a chick that's like extremely hot and maybe has had a lot of people after her. You just be like, hey, I have her now. So I don't really think I can put myself. I would just say anything in triple digits is maybe a little bit above my pay grade. Where at that point you start questioning yourself.
And can you keep up with their sex drive?
Because if she's in the 30, 40, 50 plus club, she's had every single type of dick you can imagine. There's nothing unique about your shit, unless it's like it does like a loop-de-loop.
But isn't that a little nice that she chose you over everyone?
Yeah, then you question yourself why she chose me.
Maybe because it's amazing. Because I was like, listen, isn't there a little bit? At least for me, I judge men and women, just anybody that dates somebody really, really young, in the sense that my brain immediately, reactionary, it just goes to like, you're insecure about your dick because you're dating somebody that clearly is seasoned enough and has not seen and experienced enough that you're worried that she's going to judge you and your performance. So you have to go for the young girls that don't have experience. In my head, I just go to that insecurities. When I see a man who's dating someone younger, I think insecure immediately. So wouldn't you feel a little more, I don't know, I guess, like a compliment if a girl who is seasoned chose you over everyone?
Yeah. I can see where you're coming from. It just kind of depends on how confident you are about yourself and your ability to perform. Because you might be like, I don't think I'm all that. Why is she with me? And then it could just be stability. It could be your lot in life.
A lot of other stuff.
What you have, the car you drive. I don't know how you dress, how nice you are, stuff like that. I don't know. It could be a lot of things at that point.
Yeah.
So I think the main thing is, listen, if you've been with her for 2 years and you were thinking about proposing to her and you just find out that she's been with a bunch of dudes, then as long as she hasn't been cheating on you over the last 2 years, then that means she's been all yours.
He's the one that is insecure about it, right? Not her? Or was she mad about his number?
No, he's about to propose. He's been there with her for 2 years, and they had a conversation, and he said the number sort of scared him a little bit.
Oh, dude, that's not a big deal. Yeah.
Get over it.
Yeah, kind of get over it, honestly. It's not a big deal. At the end of the day, you love her. If you're gonna propose, you're already
knee deep.
You're already knee deep. So the fact that something like that petty can get you out of it, or even second guessing, it just shows how insecure you are. So please do some work on yourself. Lo que no pasa en tu año no te hace daño. It's fine.
Absolutely. Although I will disagree with you. I mean, I understand what you're saying about the insecurity thing, but I don't know. I think we got to look at it both ways, because we don't give any shit to like cougars, right? Cougars are like 100%, 40 to 50-year-old ladies are 100% like everybody's down with them going to the bar, looking for
and getting like a younger guy,
looking for a 20-year-old college guy.
No, trust me, it's
right?
the same. It's the same idea. The reason the thing is, we sexualize them differently, right? So I still think the
20-year-old
same
girl
thing.
with like a 40-year-old dude, it's like
100%. I no, but
lady with a 20-year-old lady, it's like, oh, she's a cougar. Go girl, get yours.
I
right?
still
yes,
think,
queen.
But here's the thing: I still think that it's an older person who is getting an inexperienced person, and that's kind of the kink of it, right?
Right.
It's just that as the older woman, since older women, not gonna lie, society again, aging women are seen as not sexy. Aging men are like, oh my god, dad bods, whatever, right? So at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of times when we try to empower women is because low key, not a lot of people are doing it, or it's not a good look. Because at the end of the day, how many women are actually dating and marrying younger men? And how many older men are dating and marrying younger women and impregnating them and having full, beautiful lives, right? More, I would argue that it's like not even a 5% of the population. I don't think cougars are, I think it's more of a sexualization of like, oh, the pool boy aesthetic, right? But they're just going to fuck them and that's it. I don't think that there's a lot of cougars out there who are dating. And then even then, men are kind of looked down upon if you date an older woman, because at the end of the day, women lose value as they age. So I do think that if you deconstruct it, we tend to empower cougars or be like, ooh, because sadly, they're rare and far between and they don't last long.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like punching up versus punching down.
Okay.
Aging,
yeah.
Like you don't. Yeah,
I get it. The only thing I would add is that in that situation, and I'm not trying to get permission to have sex with 25-year-olds, is
it sounds like you are.
I'm not. Listen, so I just think that there is a clear distinction between the kink, the attraction, and then the power dynamic of the relationship in terms of the grooming, right? So that's where I think is like people try to lump it all together.
Yeah.
Which is like, listen, I'm attracted to 25, 26, 27-year-old chicks, and that's just the fact of life. And if I find one that's attracted to me because of who I am or because of my smoothness or whatever, or just, my lot in life, then I think it would be stupid of me to turn that down if it's something that's consenting. Whereas if it's a power dynamic where it's like she's an actress or she's somebody in my industry or something like that, then that's where I'm just, that's where I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think I would ever date like a 25-year-old actress because of that dynamic. But if I met a girl and she's like, oh, you're a director, you're cool, and blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, man, blah, 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 blah. I don't think, as long as it's like, I'm not using my influence on her to try to brain fuck her to make her my wife and have my trophy and have my young wife, I think that's still okay.
But here's my thing. I think partially you want to get approval. at the end of the day, it's contextual. You're going to get people who approve and don't blink an eye, and other people that are gonna just see you. They don't know the how real your relationship is, and they're
45,
immediately
25.
and immediately done. You're a groomer. That's it. And it goes back to what I said about society and the guy who's not that good looking and the hot girl. You just take a quick glance, and I judged him, right? And my judgment was he's not attractive, she's hot. He clearly, that's because that's what society does. That's what we do.
Or
So if
he must be rich or have a giant dick, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's just your quick judgment. So you, a 40-something-year-old with a young 20-something-year-old, I know you. I will have a good judgment, and I will know the 25-year-old, and I will know that, oh, maybe they intellectually are on the same level. Maybe they're a great match. It's beautiful. That's because I know you. But immediately walking down the street, groomer, like, you know what I mean? And you can't control that. That's just going to be the way that that society's going to look at you. Like, that's it. And then there's people that are going to be like, yeah, bros that are going to be like, yeah, whatever. And like, they don't know how deep your connection is. It's just going to happen. Like, I've dated people who are way less attractive than me, and I've dated people who are way more attractive than me. And I know the judgments. I know all of that, and I could date someone older and I could date someone younger. And depending on whom, you get different judgments. I've dated girls, I've dated guys, and I've just learned that you have to let go of what other people are going to think about your relationship.
So let's say your immediate family and friends, you come home with a 50-year-old woman or a 50-year-old man. Which one do you think gets judged more harshly?
Oh, the woman.
By the women. They're like, they would just be like, you're dating a 50-year-old lady?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that would get just women in general. Like, if I come home with a girl, they're like, I'd rather a guy.
Right.
I'd rather a black guy. And I dated a black guy, and I was super nervous because I know, even though my family, my immediate family is not like it's not racist, but my Rosarito family extended, I'm like, I had to warn him. I'm like, listen, you're gonna get some comments, you're gonna get some looks. I'm very sorry. That's just how they are. So yeah, it depends, and it depends who you date. I've dated tall, I've dated short. I've gotten different looks and different judgments. So
yeah, it's like I think we had a similar question when Andrew was on, and he was like, yeah, I told the story about my grandma and my grandpa, and like she was like 17, he was like 30 something, he like took away from the family, and it's like all these people are like all these questions and stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, my grandpa was 30 and my grandma was 16, and they were in Colombia or they were in Mexico, and that was just how it was in the 40s and 50s. And they're like, no, your grandpa's a groomer, your grandpa's a pedophile, your grandpa's a piece of shit. It's like, oh, he was in the army, he served in World War II, and blah 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 blah. No, your grandpa's a groomer, pedophile, piece of shit.
And listen, I'm okay. But listen, I'm okay with admitting that my grandpa was a groomer, pedophile, piece of shit. So I'm just saying that they exist, which is why some people can harshly judge, right? But at the end of the day, it's the people that you have close in your life that can judge the other people with their
that's who matters.
Personality. That's who matters. Yeah.
It's not real life.
Because like I said, a lot of the people that I don't look right with, right? Like, I've dated this guy who looked perfect. Like, we looked great in pictures. Amazing. Mm-hmm. We didn't click at all. And my close friends were like, dude, why? Like, you look great together, but it doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. The math isn't mathing.
Yeah, I'm saying. So yes, so you heard it here first. I have permission to have sex.
No, you have permission to get a girl that personality-wise is not grooming. If you give me a dumb 22-year-old, that's just like,
you'd be pissed.
I'd be pissed. I'd be like,
but it would just be sex at that point. It would just be sexual at that point.
Even then, I'd be like, bro, does she even know what she's doing?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. No matter what, I think with this whole frontal lobe thing, 24, 25 has to be the floor for anybody.
Yeah, try to go for that. Yeah. Try to.
Yeah, I mean, the days of like the 30 plus year olds with the 18, 19-year-olds, you're gonna get shit no matter what. You're gonna get fucked forever.
The cool thing is you can continue aging, and you could be 50 something and still go for a 25-year-old frontal lobe, baby.
Listen, I'm just don't judge me. All right. Much like Jake Gyllenhaal, Lizzie just can't quit us. She says, look what happened with Aaron Taylor Johnson and his wife. Everybody hates her.
Oh, yeah. See, so cougars do get like, and they were so happy together.
Even the French president, right? He has like an older wife, right? Macron.
Yeah. Macron, and they get like shit for it. Like,
shit. Live and let love.
Aging women need to get more respect. I'm just saying, but whatever.
Yeah, it was an interesting topic though. I understand. Yeah. All right, we have a couple other short ones. Randy Randerson says, "Who is your hero?" Sophia.
Oof.
That's a loaded one.
That's loaded. That's loaded.
Hmm.
It. Oh. Do you have one off the top of your head? Go first.
I don't know. If you're talking like sports heroes, like it changes from when you're a kid. Like, I mean, I would say like Daryl Strawberry or Doc Gooden was my sports hero growing up. Patrick Ewing, like soccer players, like, stuff like that. I don't know. I guess it would be cliche to say every kid's boy's hero is usually his dad,
Yeah.
My dad's in some ways a hero. I think I emulate him a lot in a lot of ways. So
Mhm.
I would go with my dad.
Yeah, I think that's the only acceptable answer, honestly. Because I'm like my parents; they're amazing. I love them. They did so much for
You
me.
can say Martin Luther
But when,
King. You can say
but it depends.
Frida Kahlo.
Bernie Sanders is high up there.
Ooh, Bernie's a good one.
Bernie's high up there. Jose Mujica, I really liked what he did for Uruguay. He's one of the main reasons why I love Uruguay as a country.
Nice.
I love all the changes that him and his wife have done politically. I always go for political figures that act with kindness, pretty much, just because I think it's hard to be a public servant and to stay with just a message of kindness and being good to others. I think that greed wins, especially in capitalism. And people that don't care about that or overlook that to put kindness and humanity over everything, they will always be my heroes. Yeah.
Good answer.
Thank you.
All right. Dong Problems writes in. Should I get my penis pierced? It's not huge, but it might make it more interesting.
What?
Should I get my penis pierced? It's not huge. It might make it more interesting.
Maybe. I have never had sex with a male with a penis piercing, so I cannot tell you what that experience is like. Is he okay? When guys get their penises pierced, is it like on the dick or is it in? Where is it? Is it in the pubic bone?
No, you can do bottom of the shaft. You can do like bottom of the shaft between, like, you can get a little barbell at the bottom of your shaft, like before your balls.
Thinking.
Or, and my friend had this, you can go through the hole and out.
Ooh. Oh my god! I googled it.
It's just sort of hanging out at the front of. It's just hanging out at the front there.
Oh, I googled it. Oh no. Okay.
No,
do it at your own risk, sir.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Especially if you're already past a certain age. That's like a 19-year-old thing to do. That's not a
it is thing. And it depends how they're gonna receive it. I will say this. I have a friend who has their clit pierced, and she has told me that people see her differently. They were like, I don't know what it is, but men and butch lesbians are obsessed with me after sex. She's bisexual as well, but she's like femme lesbians, they don't care. Butch and men love the clit piercing, and I was like, why? I don't get it. So it might, I don't know, if his dick isn't interesting, that might give it personality.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, maybe. If
do
you
it. You know what? Do it.
Do it.
Because then there's gonna be some girls out there that are. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do the picture.
Not that part.
Send Lou the picture. Don't send me anything. I will block you.
Yeah, please. No dick pics. All right.
After I closely inspect it, anyway.
And then people are horny today. This is from Randy. He says, "Boobs or butt man, Lou and Sophia."
Okay. By the way, this is not anonymous advice, but it's fine.
Boobs or butt man?
Both are great. Both are amazing. I'm a big for females. Well, obviously males can have boobs, but butts. I like butts, and I cannot lie.
Yeah, you can't.
What about
I've been known to tell the truth, and I like big butts, so that works for me. Boobs are great.
Yeah.
The thing about boobs is that a lot of women don't understand is that I've said those are perfect boobs to 40 different types of boobs. Right? I've seen small perky ones that I've been like, those are perfect. I've seen ginormous one where I'm just like, perfect. I've seen ones that bounce and I'm like, those are perfect. You know, they come in all shapes and sizes, and I'm not a big fan
never
of
lied.
teeth. Yeah, never lied. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of like hangers, but other than that, like the old National Geographic ones that would hang.
Well, you don't have to continue. Just keep going.
I understand. understand what I'm talking about. But that's just because they were just on National Geographic all the time, and that's just because they never wore bra their whole life. So you can understand that. But as long as the nipple's facing forward, there's a pretty good chance that they're great. So I would not spend any money enhancing them. As long as they're real. I can't stand fake boobs. I don't like them.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
They look great. They look great in dresses and stuff like that, but they feel so unnatural, and they're just not real. And it's there. And I feel doubly that about the big booty, the fake butts. Just
the fake ones. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that obsession is with the fake butts. It's bad.
Yeah, I think my thing is as long as I have a nice handful, I'm happy.
Yeah,
everybody's hot.
Everybody can be a 7.
Sorry, that's great. That's a good motto. Everybody can be a 7.
Everybody can be a 7 if you just like I said. In terms of boobs, it's like it depends on how you look. I mean, I'm just saying, like small waist. Big booty and some are great, but big boobs, big booty is also great. It just any combination works.
I just want a handful.
They're just as long as you're there. So it's for you. That's the perfect size.
Yeah. A nice little. My hands aren't that big. It's fine. You don't gotta be going crazy.
Perks. The perks of being a wallflower, as they say.
Yes.
All right. As we can hear, the dogs are barking, and we came on late.
Dog.
But we stayed on late as well, so I want to thank
We're
everybody.
Closing at 2 hours?
Yeah, we're closing under 2 hours. Yeah, I mean, the only other thing that I don't have anything else really. We went through the tabs. I moved everything over. We talked about Magnolia. We talked about the San Diego Film Festival. We talked about Alec Baldwin, Shakira.
Oh yeah,
Taylor Swift. We got through George Santos. Did you have anything else? I know you had a couple.
Yeah, but those are more so like probably topics for next week. I'll send them to you.
We'll save them.
You probably already have them, honestly.
Next week will be on Tuesday, so it'll be another, and then we'll be changing the schedule around here. Maybe I'll be doing a little bit earlier stream some point there. So either way, you'll get a bunch of mi gente in your life. I want to thank everybody that joined us today. Thank you, Dizzy Miss Lizzie, for stopping by and for hanging out in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for commenting in the chat. Karina, Johnny Potatoes.
That was lit today. Thank you, guys.
Mr. CCDV, Claudia, even John
made an appearance.
Came in for everybody.
And Mello at the end, as always. I love you, girl. My goodness.
Mello was there too. Yeah, she was at the poster. Me, Karina, her, we're hanging out. So.
Good night, Lizzie.
Good night. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. We love you. We'll be back next week, and we'll try better next time.
Claro que sí.
As always.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego, mi gente. As I try to find the video, so I had to delete some of these videos here so I can say goodbye. Where's our goodbye video? Where is it? There it is. All right. Peace out.
Bye.
Vamos, papá, hay que irnos. Me estoy aguantando desde que pusieron el domo.
Puedes esperar. Muchas personas trabajaron en esta película y solo quieren que te aprendas sus nombres de memoria.
Y yo quiero asegurarme de que ningún animal resultó lesionado durante la filmación de esta película.
¡Listo! ¡Uy, palomitas en el suelo! ¡Wow!
Espera, parece que Maggie tiene algo que decir. Es tu primera palabra.